Looks like there's smoke rising in the distance. Miss Chikwe sent us a psi crane. See if you can get an aerial visual. This is an emergency. There. That must be who Miss Chikwe asked us.
Hey, get out of here! It's too dangerous! Go get someone from the Skyfaring Committee.
Don't worry, Miss Chinyi.
Troublesome. Lend me your strength. Time to twirl! Time to twirl! Nap time.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
There are too many monsters. Let's hold out for a little longer.
Just run! These monsters can't get up here.
No can do, Miss Chinyi.
You two have held out long enough. Help is at hand. Cloud Knights, formation! Prepare to engage! Hold on, Tingni. We're coming to get you!
Lend me your strength. Hey! This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl! You won't get away. Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them. Time to twirl. Time to twirl. This big diamond. It's all yours. Time to twirl. Lend me your strength.
I didn't know the Helm Master of the Skyfaring Commission.
Indeed. I should be reviewing files in the Palace of Astrum. However, Qingni decided to put herself in danger and trouble our esteemed guests with her safety. As her mother, I couldn't sit idle. Qingni, have you thanked your benefactor?
Thank you,
No need, Miss Chinyi.
You Astral Express Trailblazers have outstanding manners. It was because of both of you that Qingni is... In fact, by way of thanks, I'd like to invite you...
The feeling is mutual, lady.
Then, for now, I will
It was a dire situation. I was the only one...
You promised me, Qingni. Please excuse...
I didn't know Yukong had that. You have a unique way of putting things, but you're not wrong. Appearances seeming Yukong's inner worries and concerns came to the surface in the presence of her daughter. Only then was... Yes. After all, I know what it's like to worry over a kid's homework, and whether... But there's something I don't understand. Yes, Qingni piloted a star skiff without permission and put herself in danger, but she meant well. Nevertheless, Yukong's reaction suggests... Anyway, let's head over to the... Let's avoid sudden exclamations like that once. Remember, this is no field trip. We're having tea. All right, let's head out.
Why won't you listen to me?
Because it's you know I have the talent to make it. I can become the Lafu's best pilot, just like you were.
Talent? You'd be dead if it weren't for those two travelers. Do you think stealing a star skiff and taking to the skies is a show of talent? What about being trapped? Did you at any moment think about what I would feel if something happened? Do you know how many people dream of a relaxing desk job at the Skyfaring Commission? You promised me to work responsibly in your post. Not only have you broken the Skyfaring Commission's regulations, you've broken your
I already told you. I had no choice. I want to help you and the Skyfaring Commission, not sit at my desk dealing with never-ending. I got the highest grade in the fighter pilot test. They all said I was a genius, like you. Like mother, like daughter. They were all but no one even knew I had to take the test behind your back. You would never have allowed me to go if I told—
Behind my back? Do you really think you could have walked into the test and sat in the cockpit if I hadn't given my permission? As for genius, don't mention that word. Why do you insist on becoming a pilot?
And I don't understand why you do— Why can anyone in the world become a fighter pilot except the Helmmaster's daughter? Don't you realize how ridiculous that is? You may not want to fly anymore, but don't trap me down here with you.
Qingni, where are you going? I'm sorry you had to witness this.
Apologies, Madam Yukong. We should have... You're right. An oversight on my part.
On the contrary, I apologize for allowing my own personal matters to encroach on your time.
We don't intend to pry into private business, Helmmaster Yukong.
Family issues, I'm afraid. Despite my earnest wish that she continue in her post, Qingni is fixated on becoming a fighter pilot. I may seem overbearing, but the situation she gets herself into sent a shiver up my tail. It's funny, isn't it? I've seen every disaster imaginable, from the abundance axis to a living planet. I thought I'd forgotten what fear was, but when I fought alongside you, I realized there are still things that can terrify me. I'm sorry. Talking about such vexing matters, I invited you here to gain a better Oh, I prepared refreshments. Please accept these gifts as thanks for saving my daughter.
Well, I'd heard from members of the Skyfaring Commission that you were a top-tier pilot, Madam Yukong. We'll head off now. The commission...
On my flying ability.
You too, please. Thank you for... So you've experienced it yourself, benefactor. But I've had the hairpin ceremony. I'm an adult now. I have the right...
Miss Qingni, becoming a parent often means we become obstinate. To erode a rock. What I mean to say is, instead of trying to prove yourself suddenly, perhaps you could demonstrate your ability.
My mom is actually a reason. She hid my Starskiff toys, dragged me away from the port when I stayed behind to count ships, forced me to study for ages. I did. Speaking. I've been so. How about this? My mom thanked you guys with refreshments, so I should do the same. we're here. The thing about the most authentic snack on the Cien de la Fou is it's a drink. And I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't. Here, Monk, this thing has a bit of a.
Let me try.
Oh,
No, this reminds me of when I first boarded the Express. And
how? Whoa, but I guess not. Well, don't force yourself. Let's go somewhere else.
you know, there are a lot of mung bean soda moments in life. If you don't,
Tell that to my mom. Her #1 life lesson is you can't turn back once you enter the sky. I know she's right. I know being a fighter pilot is an exhaust.
why are you so
Have you heard of the Foxian birth fate tradition? Soon after a child is born, if the child reaches for a jade abacus, then they'll grow up to be a diviner. Mom reached for the star skiff and showed a natural talent for flying. Later, she achieved miracles. One time, she destroyed 3 beast ships in a hail of Barissan anti-aircraft fire. Like an arrow tearing through a thunderstorm. I'm proud to be Madame Yukong's daughter. I wanted to be.
I can imagine. A parent is often a child's.
She never told me any of those stories herself. And she hasn't piloted a star skiff since the 3rd Denizens of Abundance War. I used to watch her fly when I was young. Then one time, I stole a star skiff, and I tried all. I remember feeling so happy when they took me to see my mom. There I was, but I admit, I deserve to be punished. You can't let a kid get away with stealing a star skiff.
Parents never want their children to be in.
But flying is the only thing I. It's Mom's secretary, Miss Sequay. She just sent me a message. Miss Sequay suggested I find the trinket and return.
In Stargazer Navalia?
Is it really okay to bother you?
Indeed.
You're too kind, benefactors. The fight with the abominations was pretty chaotic.
Do you know what it looks like?
Let me think. It should be a little square thing. She's usually got something like.
This is your area of You're a great fighter, but your perception is even so. When it comes to finding an.
Come on, are you kidding? It's a trinket, remember? You think my mom would carry this with her? A bird cage. Huh, that reminds me. Have you guys heard of the birds that live in the Everhunt Plains? They have beautiful feathers, but you can't domesticate them. They don't live long if you lock them in a cage.
Well, this is too big for a trinket.
Mom always carries this trinket, or is this?
It must be very close to Helmmaster Yukong's heart.
Not yet.
If you want us to help you persuade your mother...
No, what turned an ace pilot? My mom clearly misses her flying days. Otherwise, she wouldn't.
Well, the General's...
General Jing Yuan? Are you sure?
No problem. We can't help you too. Yes.
In that.
Mr. Yang, and you?
It's nothing urgent.
Yukong? I heard an office worker from the Skyfaring Commission flew a star skiff to the seat of divine foresight. Heard that Yukong seldom seen, but often.
We heard that
Yukong herself, but naturally, you are here. If you wish to dispel Miss Qingni's curiosity, perhaps. This is.
This object has been stored. She thought it might be a way to.
This object is no orb. I'm sure you're both familiar with the Xianzhou's long galactic hunt. But have you heard of the denizens of Abundance Wars? As the Xianzhou has continued to cleanse the universe of immortal abominations, so too as the Abundance Axis succeeded in breaching our defensive lines. They pushed the Xianzhou 30 years ago. The Xianzhou Yaoqing and Fenghu were besieged by our enemies. Even in the long history of warfare between the Xianzhou Alliance and the denizens of Abundance, that air battle was one of the most tragic. We were greatly outnumbered by the abominations of Abundance. Almost 1 million fighter pilots fought in the bitter battle. Those who survived numbered no more than 100,000. Had the Rainbow Arbiter not descended and destroyed the enemy's assault with their sky-shattering Lux Arrow, who's to say whether the Luofu, such divine objects were forged from the embers that the Arbiter's divine arrow left behind? For the survivors, Yukong is a survivor of that war. Her best friend, Tai, perished.
I don't have any other questions.
I do not wish to speculate on the reason behind Helm. However, it is difficult to discard one's past. Perhaps it is not my place to say, but I believe.
Thank you, General.
Mr. Yang, you jest. How can harmony between parent and child constitute a triviality?
Let's go. We should head.
You're here. Mm-hmm.
You too.
Well, we do both like to take a walk after a fight. The only difference is that I come to this side of Starskiff Haven and she heads to the other. Real? Anyway, did you find...
Did Helmmaster...
I was always curious about her past. But in the end, I realized she probably experienced something that left a scar.
Indeed.
So she doesn't want me to fly because she remembers the pain of losing her friend.
I can't guarantee...
You're right, Mr. Yang. I remember watching...
Do you still...
Vaguely. But there are so many files stored in the Skyfaring...
a couple of Outworlders going through...
Of course.
It seems like this device...
Yo, can I?
We can use this one. It should...
Miss Qingmi,
It should be fine. This is from a deck...
no, I still think...
Is it really that big of a deal? I understand. Let's read it together.
What is the meaning of this? What do you have in your hands? How dare you read Madame Yukong's personal diary? And with her daughter,
Mr. Yang Min, please.
I see. Qingni,
I understand, Mr. Yang Min. I want to know what happened.
I've been here for a long time, Qingmi. If there's some... Miss Tsai? I remember her. She was an ace gunner. Her husband, Mr. Guang Yuan, was a pilot. They manned the same, but when it came to pilots, your mother was the best match for her. They flew together all the time. Even Mr. Guang Yuan couldn't match their numbers. It was tragic when Tsai died soon after. Tsai's death was a big blow to Madame Yukong. After the battle... Nonsense. As a Xianzhou native, in the end, all the ace pilots perished.
Where are Miss Tsai? Thanks for telling us.
You're welcome. I suppose you're going to go through Matt. I can understand your position, Qingmi. I'll take my leave, and please don't tell your mother that you saw. Hurry, Madam.
My mom keeps... That's the selling point of this desk. There are hidden... There's some exhibition material. Every time our pilots return from the bat, but what we're looking for... there are hidden... A paper kite... But what we're looking for is... there are hidden... Got it. This looks so... So, I suppose I've always had a feeling. Don't let that child... Is this why Mom refuses to... For a pilot, Mom didn't manage to bring her comrade back. I never thought my dream would put... I feel a lot closer to Mom after reading this diary. Yes.
You're all done? I see. We're here...
When Mom feels down, she usually goes to take in a view of the Jade Gate. She should still be there. Mom?
Qingni?
Miss Qingni kindly agreed to show us around
Thank you. All right, it's getting...
Actually, I want to become a fighter pilot.
We've talked about...
Seems like Miss Qing...
I thought Mr. Yang said we shouldn't
Is that... I understand now. I don't expect to gain your forgiveness.
Mom, what are you talking about? I'm your daughter.
Just like you, I once longed for the sky. I know what it feels like to fly through infinite space, To be surrounded by the vast expanse of nothingness. To float like a single leaf in the fathomless stellar sea. Some called it loneliness, but we called it freedom. Sai was like that too. We were friends since childhood. We flew star skiffs everywhere, causing trouble until the Knights caught us. We soon became the most elite fighter pilots of the Skyfaring Commission. It wasn't an easy life. You never knew if the friend next to you would make it back alive. Of course, the same could be said of you, but those are my best memories. We would strike out into the sky, repelling demons and upholding justice. The blood we shed bore witness to it all. System space all clear today. Great weather for flying.
We're engaging the main Borison fleet this time. Don't get...
Huh? Sounds like maternity leave knocked the wind out of your sails. Feeling rusty?
Oh, shut it. I think you're just excited because you haven't flown with me for so long. Did you miss...
Of course I missed you. The galaxy felt smaller without you in my cockpit. Say, Sai, really didn't think you'd come back. Do you really like flying star skiffs that...
You bet. Sure, it's exhausting, dangerous, low paid. Plus, you only get back to the Luofu a few times. But given the choice, I guess I already touched the sky.
Mind is mysterious. I've lived for more than 200 years. Forgotten nearly every it was. Sai? Hold on, Sai.
Thank you. You go. I've had a good life. But please, don't let Jinmi walk the same path. Don't let her become a fighter pilot.
Rescue's almost here. Stay with me. Jingni is waiting for you. She lost Sai. Sai! When I climbed out of the burning carcass of the star skiff, I looked up into what was the most beautiful sky I had ever seen. All I could feel was my dream.
Mom, this is the first time I've heard you talk, but I won't hide from it. I'm not afraid to walk the same road as her. If my sacrifice can bring...
You are so very similar to Sai. The more outstanding you became over the years, the more fearful I turned. You know, the cruelty has never claimed victory. Me, Sai, your father Guangyan. We were prepared for the worst when we... Do you know how we won that war? The war that took away Sai and...
The Rainbow Arbiters...
Yes. The mighty blessing of the Rainbow Arbiter annihilated all abominations in a single strike. We had to pay with the blood of hundreds of thousands of soldiers just to halt... If crushing our enemies was as easy as breathing for the Rainbow Arbiter, then what purpose did our sacrifices serve? Under the might of an eon, the sacrifices of ordinary creatures are but a joke.
Mom...
But I never should have allowed my fears to compel me to make decisions for another person. Even if that person I brazenly interfered with your choices. I am sorry. That is my failure.
Mom, you don't need to apologize.
I'll take you to fill in the paperwork tomorrow. You'll start as ground crew, just like Tsai and I did. I believe that one day...
Huh? Really? Thank you, Mom! Thank you!
I was afraid of you following in my footsteps. And more afraid of you taking after Tsai. this is your choice, then I'm willing to support you. Even if you live to regret it.
Mom? I have.
Tell me.
I want to fly with you.
But
why?
Because I already touched the sky.
Some people may try to blend in and infiltrate the palace.